So this afternoon, we're finally at number one, or what I think is the best rock record to be released in 2023. As we've had basically 365 days of music, and this is what I think is the best one. It's an American band. They've been going for quite some time, and they're called Overkill. Scorched. Probably one of the best sleeves they've done. Absolutely terrific. Came out in April the 14th. My mum's birthday. And it's absolutely sensational. It's completely the opposite to most of the stuff that I've been listening to all year, because I tend to prefer quite downbeat music, but this is anything but downbeat. It's incredibly upbeat. Now, this is the 20th record that they've had. I didn't realise they'd had quite that many. I also didn't realise that they've never gone 4 years without releasing a record. But apparently, that's what they did with this one, mainly because of the old COVID. But yeah, 4 years between records. The last one that they released was called Wings of War. Now, I've heard that. I haven't got it, but I've heard it. And that was a classic as well. They've recently been doing some absolutely superb records. I went through the entire, during the lockdown, I went through the entire Overkill back catalogue, as well as a few other bands as well. And I like most of it, apart from some of the stuff in the 90s, which left me a bit cold. But anyway, back to this. Who's in the band nowadays? Well, we have 2 original members. We have the absolutely amazing Bobby Blitz Ellsworth on vocals, and ever-present Dee Dee Verney, bass, one of the original members. Now the other 2 are new guys, Dave Linksk, lead guitar, and Derek Taylor, rhythm guitar. And obviously you've got the drummer as well, Jason Bittner. So they are a 5-piece, and quite an amazing 5-piece. What do we have on the record? It starts off with Scorched, the title track, Going Home, and then The Surgeon. All these 3 songs, absolutely stunning pieces of thrash metal. This is how you do thrash metal. You know, some bands who might call themselves thrash, and they're really not, such as Metallica, apart from this new one. Metallica in the past 10 years, maybe even longer, 20 years, that's not thrash metal. This is thrash metal. Anyway, then we have Twist of the Wick and Wicked Place. Absolutely superb, memorable songs, brilliantly crafted. Then we have a thing called Won't Be Coming Back. Now the opening strains of that, the opening riff, the way it begins, immediately reminds me of Dio of all people. Something off Holy Diver. I mean, it's extraordinary. There's all sorts of styles on this. Then you have a thing called Fever, which is a lot of fun. And then you've got 3 more songs, Harder They Fall, which is a pure out-and-out, balls-out thrasher. Know Her Name, which is superb. And it finishes on a thing called Bag of Bones, which is hugely entertaining, absolutely superb. That's how you do thrash metal. There's all sorts on here. There's pure out-and-out thrashers, there's more sort of laid-back stuff, there's stuff that reminds me of classic rock as opposed to classic thrash. This is a great, great record, and I've been listening to this basically since it came out, since the day of release, and every time I hear it, I absolutely love it. It's superb. That's a sign of greatness. You don't get tired of it. A wonderful, wonderful record. And thank God I got it on vinyl, because it sounds absolutely amazing. Truly superb. Now, the critical acclaim for this was good. The songwriting and performances were all praised, as they should be, because it is superb. As far as the charts go, well, it did surprisingly well in a few countries. Germany, number 10. Switzerland, number 7. That's not too bad. America, number 12. That's extraordinary for a record like this. For a record like this, to get to number 12 is extraordinary. It really, really is. As I say, the previous one, The Wings of War, is also superb from memory. I haven't got it, but from memory it's also superb. I've liked Overkill since 1989, when I got hold of, again on vinyl, The Years of Decay, which basically is absolutely brilliant. Personally, I think this is up there with Years of Decay. It's absolutely superb, stunning. And as I say, obviously, on vinyl it's going to sound amazing. But that song there, that reminds me of Dio, Won't Be Coming Back. That to me is just a work of genius. Truly superb. So, you've got 2 original members, you've got a whole range of song types, and you've got brilliant production, and you've got altogether a wonderful, wonderful record. Absolutely loving it. Bobby Blitz, I mean, he is amazing. He sounds ridiculously good. Not that different to the way he did in 1989, for God's sake. It's unbelievable. He sounds amazing on this. He really does. And he did on The Wings of War as well. So I couldn't not put this at number 1. Possibly maybe some of its nostalgia for that 1989 album, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't not put this at number 1. It's just brilliant. So if you haven't heard it, then you really need to. If you gave up on Overkill, I don't know, maybe in the 90s, and you've not been bothered since, this, my friends, is a return to form. Truly superb. And probably the best sleeve of the year as well. So that's why, all those reasons, I've put Overkill, Scorched, as my number 1 record, number 1 rock record of 2023.